Hello, everybody. Welcome to Speed Gaming. We've got the losers quarterfinal bracket. It's been a while since I've done a thing. I don't know how to introduction anymore.
Like, I just left it to you. I'm like, Artemis got it. They're professional here. Then there's me.
But we got Tanjo and Advocate here, and we actually see Tanjo with the webcam there, so that's fun. I believe Advo has opted out of the webcam for today, which is fine.
It's true, we get to see all of his reactions. Although, I don't know, do you get the same level of reaction when it's spoiler log? You know what you're gonna get and where you're gonna get it. So unless something goes horribly off kilter.
Unless something goes horribly off kilter, or you're doing something stupid for a meme item.
Yeah, I guess that's also fair. I don't know.
We're not going to see Hero Shark because it's in Tower of the Gods, and that's not one of our dungeons today.
But I forgot to look. I was about to ask.
Oh, believe do you want to know where Greg is on Orca 500?
Oh, for real? What the heck?
And I think I saw Trevor on Windfall, but it's behind like some of the spoils quests, I believe.
Yeah, we don't even need rupees.
No, sorry, it was bring Lenzo a fork Firefly.
Like for a second, you said bring Lenzo a fork. Like, oh.
Yeah, I just gotta eat. I don't know.
Not the classic side quest. Lenzo's having trouble with his dinner. Oh, great. I don't want to bring him a firefly.
Search around the island for ingredients to bake a cake.
I wish it was that. I don't want to go around the island and take pictures of random people. As freaking Anton and Garrison just slowly, like freaking, do their slow stroll around the freaking island. Haven't they learned how to roll? Haven't they learned that rolling is faster?
No, they gotta stop and smell the roses. That's apparently all they can do. Anyways, this seed, it's pretty baby. I'm expecting like a low 50s time.
Yeah, honestly. I think we could easily see it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's honestly, these kind of seeds are scary as a runner because those tiny little optimizations, like, is this a little bit faster than this? Is this a little bit faster than this? Those matter so much. It's like, especially if we need to get a bottle, it's like, which bottle is a little bit faster? Like, when does it make sense to do this? If you can avoid double dip.
Because there's a bottle in DRC that's super, super convenient right by the boss where you can then grab a ferry because we need to save Grandma. So that's like a super convenient bottle.
Yeah. So it's just it's very interesting.
Power bracelets are in such an awkward spot.
Yeah, and this is pretty expected. So Lenzo, classic Lenzo's hoarding.
Yeah. So we start on Windfall. There's plenty of stuff to do on Windfall for us. And yeah, like we're immediately, as you can see, we cannot, which is the whole point.
Kind of expected to see the double door cancel. Tanjo's super clean. Holy cow.
Yeah, got ahead of Adva there.
Yeah, but Adva, I think, grabbed some money that Tanjo did not.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did grab a rupee. Interesting.
So, gonna go and pick up that sword.
But yeah, like apparently Tanjo, like the last couple of races has been very close for Tanjo. And so there was an agreement in the race chat earlier to make this one a close one as well. So we'll see if they honor that agreement.
I mean, the seed is blinding. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, this like there's so many times I'm routing seeds and I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad I don't have to run this seed. Most of the time it's because like, I don't have to do this weirdly specific odd trick that's only available in this instant. Here it's just like, this is too easy of a seed and I'm gonna mess it up somehow.
Yeah, it's definitely worrisome. Both grabbing the bait bag.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was so excited too. I saw the seed. I'm like, oh, we're gonna save Grandma. We're gonna have to get the big pig, and like, all those items are relatively like basically on the way to get. So it's like, I'm like, couldn't give anything like difficult for them.
Surprised Advo's routing in rupees on Windfall. I just wonder if there was better rupees. He's doing it to buy some bait, I assume. But
to be fair, that's a lot better than
if you mix in a little bit of combat, you often just end up with rupees anyway.
Well,
I don't know. It's always iffy.
Oh, Tanjo changed tonight.
Yeah, and warped away. I kind of expected.
So he did. He went to FF.
Right. Wait, he went to FF. No, but I kind of expected both of them to probably do what Advo's doing, which is just pop over to Wizroad Cave real quick. I guess you have to come back.
Yeah, because
Creep is gonna be a thing later, so it will be coming back to Windfall. Maybe tanjo3 will hopefully mix those together.
Yeah, make that his light arrows. It's a very odd choice if that's the case, considering where the other bow is, which I don't want to spoil because that's probably like one of the more mean. Oh, Advo.
Advo got grabbed. The hand. I always let the hand just throw his stick. I try not to approach him. Find it works a little bit more consistently. And that might be nerves for all we know. Like this is gonna be a tight race. They both know that this is a pretty straightforward seed. Oh, there we go. There's the. Oh, he just hit the wall. Maybe that's what happened last time.
Gosh.
Playing with fire.
Oh god. Literally.
Hands out for blood.
All right. All right.
Yeah, it's like they both know it's going to be a close one. I mean, a lot of times that's just the truth with spoiler log, just in general. But yeah, it's going to be.
Oh yeah, we have hookshot. So you can do this on your own file. You do not need to know any specific glitch. Like just run to that wall and you'll fall.
Oh yeah, there's just a hole there. It's pretty hilarious.
It's hilarious. I love it so much.
It's a great
I missed where tanjo warped after here. Was this?
He's out one of the reefs. I actually looks like 5i.
It's 5i.
Yeah. I mean, I think like 2 of the platforms are just free items, and one of them is 2i, which is frozen. So just got random ice on it for no reason.
Is that one frozen?
Yeah, the 2i is the frozen one. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that when I was routing it.
And the tanjo coming up here, probably to 7-star. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm surprised you didn't pair this like paw print with this then.
Well, I guess we'll have to see. Advo's going down to.
This just shows that like even the most like baby of seeds, there's still many ways to route it, and I'm really happy that we're
run into the situation, where they're just. I mean, it happens even in like normal rando. Definitely happens in spoiler log. There's kind of like, if you warp to a place and pick up an item, and the item you pick up there doesn't really help speed up another section, you can just, interchangeably mix them around. Essentially, like they have the hook shot already, so it's like you can hook shot up to those platforms. Like maybe having bow there would have been a little bit faster for Tanjo. So if he already had a bow, I guess he has a bow. He just didn't use
he
it.
has a bow. He just didn't.
Never mind. I mean, and you never know. Like maybe menuing to the bow, that takes a little bit of time. Advo pausing there for a second.
Oh, did he? Oh, he went to Eastern Ferry.
No, he's at 5-star. He's at the 5-star platform.
Oh, I don't. Oh, he missed. Ooh, I think he thought that was 5i, but was supposed to be 5i.
No, I think he probably meant, but I think in the spoiler log, that specific lookout platform doesn't mention the fact that it's destroying the cannons, but it is. I wonder if that was the situation.
Yeah, but what
now he's over here grabbing bombs. I don't know. Like I think in the spoiler log, I think that
one does. 5-star island, destroy the cannons. It also has a treasure chart.
Oh, well then.
I think he mistook it for 5i. Or he either took it for 5i or he mistook it for 7-star.
You know what? It might actually be. I think I might have even done that mix up when I was looking at the items.
That's unfortunate because 5-star is not a quick sale.
Come on, star it's tough.
Like this is like I always have the tracker up, like looking at the map, so I know where things are in relation to each other. And even then, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, so Tanjo went ahead and grabbed paw print then after. That sail is kind of like, I'm not sure.
I mean, I was going to be sailing the other way, like from paw print to 7-star, so I guess I can't really complain too much about that, but no.
I'm grabbing the wallet here.
So, interesting to note, we do have FF in this seed, which does put the Tingle letter and the Arrow letter into the mailbox at some point. Arrow has double magic for us.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that might be interesting. Like, they do have to get Grandma mail. It's potential that they could mix those two together. I think if double magic is that free, like...
Oh, yeah.
It definitely, I think, often saves time.
Because Grandma just has a sword, which obviously, like, it's important to get the Master Sword, but there's 2 other swords to make it the Master Sword, like...
Yeah.
And, like, there's a couple other other swords that you can easily make your sword for the Master Sword to then pair the mail as basically a free mail check.
Also, I think we might be seeing why Tanjo didn't go straight to Paw Print. I think he wanted to sail from Paw Print to Fire Mountain.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, and this is where it gets so hard. Like, you have to, if you really, really, really want to know, like, all the specifics, like, you would really have to time, like, how long is this sail versus this sail? When you play the game a good amount, you get a feel for how long certain things take, but it's, you know...
That being said,
it's these little margins.
They probably had enough time to time it themselves during the routing.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, yeah. But that's what makes these more jet seeds very scary, because those types of things matter a bit more. So it's always so hard to know.
Yeah, I do want to just love pointing out that, like, we're like 9.5. We're basically less than 10 minutes in, and we are going to see our first dungeon dip.
I imagine Adam's going to grab, probably going to grab grapple here and then follow right behind. So, yeah, no kidding with fire and ice arrows too. Oh, decent. I mean, you know, a somewhat decent amount of stuff is locked behind DRC.
I know. No.
I guess I always think about the leaf, and I'm like, oh. The item's so good. How quickly can I get that, please? Thank you.
Yeah. That was my thought process. The way I ended up routing this, I ended up having a double dip of DRC via the warp pots. So there's a reason why I'm not in this tournament anymore. This is a much better option. But
yeah, it's one of those seeds though, like, you see, like, okay, Leaf is in DRC. It's a bit annoying, but, like, where's DRC? Oh, Fire Mountain, I have to get 2 bows, and then you're like, oh, these bows are kind of right there, aren't they? Oh, never mind. They're both pretty accessible. All very, like, low sphere. Nice.
You guys are making very good work of shooting out the platform there. Very quick.
And then there's a very convenient small key right here.
Yeah, though. I was able to, like, route DOC how I was because where the small keys were. Like, there's a small key.
Sure, yeah.
I had to route in, like, a small key skip, which isn't difficult, but obviously it's slow if you don't have to do it.
Okay, we're gonna use this one right here. Yeah, looks like it. We're gonna grab our other sword. I'm trying to remember, there were some things that were like halfway up DRC. Like
Rat Room has a shield.
There's a shield, yeah.
So
if Tanjo used that key, I assume he's not getting that one.
Well, he has to use a key to get into this room anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's the thought of, like, he could have gone backwards, grabbed Rat Room, and then, like, come back for the sword, you know, save the key kind of thing.
Oh, right, yeah, because Bird's Nest has the other key.
Yeah, so and then there's one in the basement, which is going to be probably too slow to want to grab.
So what was the other shield? Do you remember?
The other shield is in Cliff Plat, which is at Angular, which is also where the power bracelets are at. So we might see Tanjo grab the power bracelets, which is one of the things I was wondering. You can skip those by you doing a door cancel strat. You will logically need them.
You need them for the pig, though.
Oh, that's true. You do need them for the pig. I forgot about the pig. Never mind. You have to get them anyway. So yeah, so he'll just go get that one while he's at Angular, I assume. That's what was like making this one kind of interesting. It's like,
oh yeah,
you know, there is a shield that's like, you know, in some ways right here, but then there's another one that's right there. Oh no. Being admonished in chat. Understandable. Look.
It's okay. It's okay. You haven't been around for a while. It's okay.
No, I should remember that one though. That one. It's admitted. That's on me. That's on me.
Alright, I keep forgetting that like the item doesn't update like on the item menu until you like go through a loading zone, and like Tanjo just hasn't yet. So I'm like, did he pick the sword? Like he does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one of those weird things. Dang, look at them. They're about to high five in the room on this platform, maybe.
Love to see it. That being said, I don't think Advo has grabbed the sword yet.
Oh, I'm sad. I wanted to see. I personally favor a drop the bomb on that bridge strat. It's gonna be pretty sweet because it just blows the bridge off. And get down there really quickly.
I would have. Oh.
It's pretty nifty. But it can be a bit. It can be a bit. If you can't get around the bokoblin with your bomb there, it's like, uh-oh.
True. Yeah.
T-minus a couple seconds before disaster.
That's fair.
Chandra just opening up Orange Warp. I wonder if he just doesn't want to deal with doing this room the normal direction, which understandable, to be fair. I hate doing this room forward. This freaking Magtail is just... I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he's just glitching out there.
He cheats. The Magtail just cheats. He defies, you know, all laws of everything.
Oh, doing it this way means you don't even have to...
Yeah, he's not even going to finish Pot Room. He'll probably just save warp out of here.
I would have never thought of that.
I assume that's what he's doing. That's pretty clever.
So great.
Skip the combat, skip the annoying Magtail room, just leave.
Oh my god, that's
pretty
fantastic. Dope. Oh my god, I love it. Avo doing the same thing.
Did he open up Orange Warp?
Oh no, but Avo has to go back for stuff, I think.
Oh, going back for the sword. So Avo might go more full backwards, actually, and grab the shield that's here, potentially.
Yeah, it looks like
you know, dipping into Cliff Plat, going to Rat Room, like, especially if you have the leaf to go backwards through DRC, can be fairly quick. It's, you know, it's the kind of thing where it's probably pretty close either way.
Oh, yeah.
I can't, like, easily be like, oh, this one's faster or not. Did Tando have the big key? Oh, no, he's just gonna store the other chunk?
Because he wants to grab
because he wants to grab the ferry. Good
so good.
Point. Good
so
point.
Good. I love it.
Making sense.
Having a little trouble with the storage here, though. There we go. I just had to say that, and then he was fine.
Now, sometimes it can be annoyingly hard to not grab this ferry because stuff like that happens. One more chance. Right. You're gonna jump off first. The DRC ferries are particularly troll, I found.
Oh yeah, because like there's not really.
I was just gonna grab the big key. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean if you're going backwards, it's right there.
Yeah. 2 different routes. I dig.
And we're gonna ignore the vanilla small key.
Oh, true, we have Bird's Nest. And luckily it's not even Rat Room boarded up, it's just this one right here, so... even a bit faster.
So, Tanjo will definitely be ahead leaving DRC, but like obviously, Advo will have a shield.
Yeah, he's cashing in on that future time save. Tanjo will have to go into Cliff Plateau then.
Ooh.
Oh, doesn't have leaf equipped.
Yeah,
I don't know if he wanted to go down there or not, but...
Well, yeah, because he has to get the cross the lava bit still.
No. I think he might have wanted to leap that gap and then jump down.
Oh yeah, he definitely didn't want to fall down there, but he was able to save it at least.
Yeah, leap's so good. Like, casually, the leaf is a pretty good item, but then like...
Oh yeah.
When you're running the game, it's just godly.
So much nicer.
Because if any out of bounds trick is pretty much
requires it.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a couple you can do without it, but they're not great to do without it. Looking at you, Tachi, for one skip.
It's true. We might not actually see any, really. Thinking about it.
Yeah, no, like there's really no tricks required this seed. Like honestly, like the stores that we saw Tanjo do is like about the only trick. No, we do have Forbidden Woods, and we'll see boss store clips for those two. But like those are like like very standard rando tricks.
Yeah. Well, and Goma down.
And Advo in.
And Goma starting. Holding hands in the boss room.
What's that? Like the Tale of the Phoenix? When one falls, another shall rise.
Oh god, if Goma actually did that, I think people would like this boss even less. You beat Goma the first time and it's psych. I'm back. I mean, I guess it's the boss rematch, kind of.
I was saying, like, you mean DRC trial?
Yeah. What a good addition to the game. Well, we need to pad our game out for an extra 15 minutes or so. What do we do? I don't know.
Boss rematches?
Let's make them fight all the bosses
Brilliant.
again. I guess in some way it's like, wow, look how far you've come. Wow. Look how much stronger you are. It's so much easier now.
I prefer seeing that in rando when I can light arrow Jahala.
True, yeah. Yeah, that really should be what it should be. It should like have given you light arrows and then make you do the boss rematch, and the light arrows just like one-shot all the bosses and go like, wow, these are really good.
Except Goma, of course.
Well, it would be programmed differently.
Just screw with the player.
I mean, admittedly, the grand staircase where they're like, hey, here's light arrows, one-shot all these hard enemies. You're like, dang.
I didn't like. That's the thing. When I played it as a kid, I didn't know you could use light arrows on that.
Oh no!
Like I fought each of those in like I fought all those enemies like individually with like swords and berries and stuff.
Like man, this sucks.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, so now we're seeing like
they do
the sort of semi-required use of bombs. We have to kill the cannons as well as those enemies in order to get this chest to spawn.
There's either getting bombs for this or boomerang. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with how easy bombs were to get. And bombs being the faster of the two options, generally speaking, you kind of can get the boomerang to kind of hit each cannon in succession, but it can be a bit tricky. So bombs are just easier. You can blow up the cannons through the ground. A bit jank, but
they could have paired completely just my mind just went Eee! What was I gonna say? Oh god.
I don't know.
Falling apart.
Well, anyway, now that we have the fire and ice arrows, Tanjo's making the revisit to Windfall. Visit our boy Creeb.
I was glad that Creeb has something yellow for us today. Tanjo is picking up the boomerang.
Wait, interesting.
I mean, like if you're gonna, this is what I was gonna say. Like pairing Mila with Creeb isn't a bad option.
I mean, I guess.
Like you have Forbidden Woods.
That's true, but we have a bow. Uh-oh, his wind direction is not the right way. There we go, look, that's the reaction we're looking for. Tanjo a bit annoyed that his wind is
I completely forgot that he has his webcam, so I wasn't even paying attention.
He just shook his head just a little bit.
I'll just have to watch it on the reshoot.
Yeah. Need north-facing wind. It's funny. With the swift sail sets the wind to always be at your back. And often when you sail into Windfall, you just kind of naturally go straight north inwards. But sometimes your boat angle is just like a little bit sideways, so it might be...
And it wasn't because he went for the mailbox. Because he went for the mailbox.
You're right. You're totally right. Yeah, so then that would be what screwed him up. Yeah, so... But you get so used to it facing north, you just kind of like, Windfall, the wind faces north when you're here. Randomizer, at least.
Like it's like I do that all the time. Like if you like go do Northern Ferry first, and you end up like save warping back, like oftentimes like your wind is now set northwest.
Oh yeah. It's just like crap.
It was good to see Creep have something yellow though. That always makes me happy.
Not the light arrows that everybody loves him for, but
yeah, no, I was a little sad that Creep did not have light arrows.
Tanjo's gonna also use the time to farm some rupees now.
I'm actually curious, where was the bait?
I mean, I guess Boomerang offers the opportunity to just dispatch Kelly Damos, you know, fairly quickly. Obviously, if you can hit the fire arrow strat, then that's very fast, but that's RNG
It's a good
dependent.
backup. It's a good backup instead of having to do with like bombs or
Yeah,
arrows,
I mean, as I
sure.
say, maybe his bomb/arrow strats just not feeling as confident and thinking that because we can grind some rupees and also do creep. I mean, we're not waiting here that long.
Yeah, that was like maybe
Admittedly.
what, like 10, 15 seconds? Like after
Yeah.
grabbing the rupees?
So,
like if that.
One of those little margin things. But Boomerang is a nice item to have for just a number of reasons.
It's a nice convenient
It's one of the best, like, pretty much non-required items. You almost never need Boomerang.
It's very rare to see Boomerang, especially in Spoiler Log.
Yeah. One of the only times that you actually, like, hard require it is, let's say you need one of those cannon checks on the platforms, for example, and bombs, yeah, are locked behind that, and then you need something else, or you need bombs for something, then you have to pick up Boomerang no matter what.
Oh yeah, or like for big octos and stuff like that, yeah.
So, admittedly, you know, this season of Spoiler Log has been interesting in the fact that, you know, seeing a little bit more of that kind of action. And seeing a slight difference in strategy. Tanjo going for the leafing up the back to grab the tree branch, and Advo just kind of did the, you know, a take on the intended route. I mean, obviously we swam underneath the island to skip the outside climb.
Dev intended. If it wasn't Dev intended, they wouldn't have allowed us to do that.
Okay, well, you know what? Fair enough. There we go. But yeah, Tanjo's taking the back door. Is a little bit faster. Can be very finicky to get up backwards. Getting enough height on that cyclone is tricky.
But was able to get it.
Yeah, as long as we get these leaf pumps have enough height to hit this bulb. You can go for one of the lower bulbs if you're, you know, not feeling as spicy, but getting that bulb there is fastest. And light arrows for the two of them.
Yeah.
And I assume we'll see Tanjo follow straight behind Advo here, off to boating, which is Forbidden Woods, and we can see if the investment in that Boomerang pays off.
So we don't actually care what's in this chest here.
I don't remember what's in this chest.
I don't either, and it does. I can look it up. I have it. It's a piece of art. It's a piece of art.
Yeah. What we do want though is the one at the top of this room.
Yeah, so it's just convenient to, rather than hop down or do it the Dev intended way.
In my Spoiler Log race, I don't think so. No siree. Especially in Rando.
If they allowed us to do Sploosh, I would have been doing Sploosh so often.
It's probably better.
No, yeah, it's better because we couldn't. There wasn't an agreement on whether or not to ban the tool or not.
Tanjo not going for the storage on the first one. One benefit to doing this, and we'll see if Tanjo does this here, is he can knock out this flower, which he's not doing. But you can knock out that flower because there is a delay between killing the flower on the door and actually the door being allowed to be opened. I think that's one of the arguments for why, you know, this route might be either comparable or, you know, potentially better depending on how long storage takes you. But never mind.
Yeah, like this seed is just like filled with like those like small little optimizations that are going to make a huge difference in this.
Yeah.
So
Advo's trying to get the arrow. Doesn't have boomerang, so that arrow could matter a lot more. I don't know what strat Advo favors. You can bomb Kelly Damos from below. You can.
I prefer the bomb method for sure.
Oh, you know what I just thought? And so I guess Tanjo's waiting for meal anyway, so grinding for rupees doesn't matter. But they could have grabbed. There's 50 rupees in that leaf pile if you bomb it. It's a tingle rupee. Could have been ultimate rupee routing.
Advo did fall in the water here with storage. It's very unfortunate. You can clip back up. It is very finicky.
Yeah, if you kind of ESS onto the ledge here, I feel like it lets them go up.
Yeah, the more the air goes down, the more your nerves. Oh no. And he doesn't have a warp pot set. At least he'll spawn at the top of this room. But that's a 30 seconds. Or like, right? Is that how much it is for drowning?
If we were just, I think if we were just using that storage, we can just at least store this chest here.
Yeah. No, he got the storage, and we stored the compass, I believe. But he lost the storage, so he has to get storage again on this chest here. And you see, like, Tanjo is able to just continue through.
Yeah, it's nice to grab the hole in tree because you kind of have to climb that anyways. So, and as you saw, I guess you know didn't specifically point it out, but they kind of walked their way up that tree. That was very fast storage for Advo. I looked away for 1 second and he was already leaving the room.
Like, it's what he needs, but like now if Tanjo has the boomerang, we'll be able to see like the difference the boomerang makes in this.
Yeah, I mean potential, like I said, potential for fire arrow strats. I don't think Advo has them equipped. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, going straight for just arrow, normal bow strats.
And Tanjo's done.
Boomerang is good for this fight, believe it or not. The dungeon that they give it to you. Who would have thought?
One more. We should be fine. Alright, yeah.
Luckily with Master Sword one cycling the boss is pretty easy.
Oh god, I was so out of practice with that. Like, because I'm bad at quick spins in general. And like during the All Sanity on Saturday, I almost failed the one cycle with a Master Sword. And I was just like about to be like, "Yep, we're gonna be done with Wind Waker forever if we can't one cycle with Master Sword."
I guess I'm gonna take a break again.
Yeah, like if you can't one cycle Kaladeos with the Master Sword, like it's like one of those things where you're just like, "Yep, time to hang up the hat."
Yeah. It's really unfortunate that Advo fell into the water because Tanjo definitely made some time up on Advo.
Fell into the water and like also with the lookout platform mixed up.
Yeah.
Like very, very unfortunate time losses, which in a seed like this,
it's rough. Yeah.
Like we have one dungeon left, and it's Forsaken Fortress. Like that's not a slow dungeon by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah,
like,
unfortunately, Forsaken Fortress also does come with the added quote unquote fun time of if Helmrock behaves or not.
Yes.
But this is where we get a little bit of a
So this is Advo's like cashing in on that.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, Tanjo has to come through here to grab the shield. Advo already has a shield, gonna grab the peak and leave.
So this will give us a good idea of where they are in relation to each other, because at this point they'll have done basically the same checks. I think they have.
Advo still has to take a visit to Krieb, though.
Oh, you're right to think.
Yeah, which is a little bit of a time sink. And as we can see, an Inner Cliff is not too long. It's like it's a classic from, season 3, season 4. You know, people know when you run the game enough, you know the inside of Cliff Plateau like the back of your hand.
That was the first thing I learned when I was learning Rando, learning the tricks. That was the first thing I sat down to learn.
It's a good one. It's a great place to start. It's where I first really practiced storage consistently.
That being said, I think the first trick I did was either Cabana Deed early or Helmrock skip.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing. I literally just sat there I didn't. So when you do, so we haven't really explained what they're doing for storage.
Oh yeah, real quick before we get into storage, let's get into Big Pig.
Yeah, it's
notice Advo's kind of holding the pig slightly off kilter, and for whatever reason, if you throw the pig with that weird skew, off it flies.
He arrived
for one of my favorite strats in the entire game.
I love it. He did arrive at just at dawn, which was super convenient because otherwise you would have had to play Song of Passing. It's also worth, depending on when Advo checks mail now. Actually, you know what? It being day, he can then just use Forsaken Fortress to change it to night for the
potentially. Although then I don't know about mailbox routing.
Yes, Advo did grab the ferry, the same one that
Also,
Tanjo
it
did
now
at
being day, we
DFT.
actually have to roll clip into Mesa's house. Mesa's door is locked because he's out during the day, but we don't care. We break in anyway, which is like a bit whoops, but hey. He's the one who's got this weird secret room, like, he's up to no good anyway.
And he's hiding a piece of the Triforce, like...
Exactly.
Mesa has some shady business going on.
Yeah, he knows.
He gave the other one to the pig, like, to bury outside of his lawn. Like, there's some shady business going on.
Yeah, if you grab certain ledges with a partial clip, you have a 1-frame window to roll, and the movement, like, happens before the game kind of shoves you back out of the wall, and so you can clip through.
And this is, like, the way this happens in Rando is only doable in Rando, just due to the nature of the quality of life upgrades that the Rando implements. Because it adds the rolling mechanics similar to that in the HD version.
You can kind of get roll clips, but they behave a bit differently.
Yeah, like
in normal standard.
Yeah, they don't behave the same way you see them in Rando. Like I think what you can get the clip, but you just kind of just drop.
You just drop straight down. Yeah, exactly. Which in some places is nicer, and a lot of places it's not as nice. Saving Grandma using the ferry from Dragon Roost Cavern. She gives us soup, but most importantly, she'll send us a little bit of a little thank you note.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah. And then while we're here, we'll take a quick visit to Needle Rock Cave.
And a very
Needle Rock Savage.
Very convenient place to refill on arrows, that's for sure.
Seems like it'd be an interesting, like, vanilla entrance if you popped in here and it was like a secret, like, shipwreck cave. Makes me think of like Moana, where she goes and like behind the waterfall, there's like a bunch of ships. I think that could be kind of dope. Instead, it's just some big spooky like 54 dungeon. You're like, who builds a house over this? I'm confused. And we mentioned it earlier, so there's a very common storage strat in Helmrock. So we store the cutscene, which allows Link to move during it because we get a glitchy player state, and so we can move. So we actually jump back down the tower, which is not where you're supposed to be for this fight. Because standing on top of this jail puts you at the perfect height to hammer Helmrock's helmet, which is normally what you wait for Helmrock to peck to do. So it's a lot faster, but sometimes Helmrock does not behave, because believe it or not, this is not where you're supposed to do this fight.
Which I don't understand. They removed the water specifically for us to be able to do this.
Right? Come on, yeah.
Like, we just saw water fill this area, and now it's gone.
Maybe they realize that the water filling this area also kind of doesn't make sense when you think about it. Like, it's not the most watertight room. I see that door. That door does not look watertight.
It's also really high up. Like, in order to flood this, like, they would have had to flood the entirety of Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, insane water pressure. The details, am I right? Anyway,
details?
That's
in my fantasy setting?
Yeah. That's the Helmrock fight. Hopefully we'll see Advos go just as nice as that, because...
you never want to see one runner lose to Helmrock storage.
Exactly. We are seeing a slightly different climb from Advo, going for the left side versus the right side. Kind of neat to see two different approaches. I think you generally want to send wind to northwest for this one. But with enough leaf pumping and enough magic, we should be able to make it there anyway. Leaf pumping is just when you put away the leaf and you pull it back out.
Oh no!
The wall slopes there. That's super unfortunate.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the positive slope on the wall, just leaning over that ledge grab, so as soon as you climb up, the game's like, I don't think so.
That was super unfortunate.
Yeah,
and because he was on the outside, it put him all the way back here.
Yeah, it puts him in the boat all the way out there. At least he already bombed open the door, but... Yeah, if we go for that approach again, there we go. That's the wind direction we're looking for. Same thing that happened on Tanjo on Windfall, just a slightly different wind direction. You know, sometimes when you're really close between the two, you expect it to be one way and it's not. Just with the way that the Swift Sail, like, it's whatever direction you're facing, but it, you know, sort of snaps to those wind directions. It doesn't have like a full, you know, 360 degree. It's only, you know, however, eight directions I can count.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so with this wind direction, this will go a lot smoother, hopefully. And with enough leaf pumps and the good wind direction, you actually just skip the sledge grab entirely. Because you maintain enough height.
Gosh, this is like Advo's like you have to have a serious like mental will right now just because of like everything that's been happening to Advo in the seed. Like so also that peg was down already, it's because that's some reason tied to the peg that you hammer. They're just the right side one.
Oh
It's a very
yeah, we got to see the fun. I don't know if people call it peg storage. I think it's like a peg like flag
peg dupe.
glitch. I don't know.
We just call it convenient.
Yeah, pretty much. I like that. Yeah, the thing that marks it down is shared, because you don't normally encounter those pegs without a loading zone between them. Alright, now we have Bird. I'm gonna keep fingers crossed that Bird goes well, Advo. Advo definitely does not need a Hellrock soft lock to happen right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's nighttime for Tanjo. Tanjo may go for a different approach with the big pig. So in order to get that skew, one of the easiest ways to get that skew, you can kind of do it in a different spot, but it would definitely take too long to be worth it. You use the guy who stands in the pig pen in the corner, but he's only there during the day, which I think was kind of like what Artemis was getting at earlier. So without it being day, he's not there, but you can still bring the pig over. There's like kind of like the classic fast strat or like the HD strat. So we'll see. We'll see what Tanjo goes for.
I think he'll still change it today, considering he has to get mail anyways.
But also has to visit Mesa, so changing it will require the roll clip. But yeah, the mailbox is more convenient to grab now, so
I think doing the roll clip over the pig would be a well earned, like that's fine to take.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then this is what you were saying earlier. We should see our sister's letter come in as well, which contains the double magic upgrade. Not required, but super convenient. Like an Orca too. All the fan mail, all together. Hooray.
Also, actually, I don't think... Oh, there's Grandma's mail. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he already got the bomb in wallet mail.
But yeah, the way that it, the other sort of strat... Oh, Evo, get up there quickly.
Ooh.
The way that you see it happens in HD as well, because that that super throw skew strat does not work in HD. I don't know if it got patched or if it's just behaves differently. If you attack the pig enough, it gets really pissed off and chases after you. That's a much faster way to get it across that bridge instead of carrying it.
The problem is, the pig does the most damage of anything in the game.
Yeah, the pig will deal 3 hearts of damage, and in Spoiler Log, you don't really go out of your way to get extra hearts, so it's kind of a scary strat to go for, to get one shot by a big pig. Nice
I love that strat. That's just so good. Just super yeeted.
Oh wait, Big Pig went too far.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Not too bad, it's funny. I get a different kind of skew. Depending on the direction of your skew, the pig kind of flies slightly different. I don't normally see him going that far left, but hey, it happens, you know?
So Advo's going to be heading to Windfall for Creed now.
Yeah, needs to grab Creeb, and I think that's it. No, and we need another sword, too. Sword is Advo.
Which is the mail. The mail from Grandma.
True.
So he'll just get that at...
Probably just grab that there, yeah.
Like
yeah, Advo did what you were kind of saying, too, of using the... so when you warp to Forsaken Fortress, it automatically makes it nighttime. It'll always be nighttime when you're at Forsaken Fortress. So instead of playing a Song of Passing, it just automatically advances it for you. So it's nighttime for Creep now, and then hopefully Grandma Mail should be here since it was daytime when he saved her.
It does mean I don't know if... Yeah, he's not going to get Arrow Mail, unfortunately.
No, likely not, yeah.
Oh, no, Grandma's not there. That was just Orca Mail. No, oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess Forsaken Fortress doesn't advance it to midnight. It goes to, like, the beginning of the night.
Oh, you're right.
It's weird. Like, it can be night, but there is still, like, actually the concept of a clock. Like, a proper time clock. So Grandma sends her mail the next day. So even though it's night from daytime, it's still technically the same day that we saved her. Well, we'll get Arrow Mail then, at least. So that's something. But we won't be saving that Song of Passing that I'm sure.
We also could very well be seeing a sub 50 time from Tanjo here.
It's gonna be tight, but yeah.
It's gonna be close.
It could happen.
But it
We
could
have
definitely
double
happen.
magic, which will help for that.
And soup.
And soup, it's true. Actually, double magic and soup can make for quite a fast high roll. But we'll need like a really rock solid one. But if there's anyone who could do it, definitely Tanjo is capable. I think forgot about daylight savings.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll need to play Song of Passing just 1 hour off. Unlucky, like. Forgot to set the clock. Look at your phone. Look at your Sheikah slate.
Fall back an hour.
Man, that really threw me off the other night. I'm like, I'm so tired, but it's only like 1 in the morning. What's going on?
I was awake during that, and like I completely missed the time change. So I just like see my computer clock say like 6:30. I'm like, oh, okay. I turn around and look at the clock on my wall. It said 7:30. I'm like, oh, okay.
My brain exploded. Yeah, I mean, Abba's gonna grab this, and then we're gonna see high roll race. So often how these goes, Tanjo is gonna have the advantage. We'll see exactly what kind of advantage. It's probably gonna be about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, maybe.
I wasn't paying attention to like when Tanjo broke the barrier at all.
Tanjo went into like kind of like
24,
42, 20-ish.
So the barrier cutscene ended at 43:24. It just came up on the restream, so I'm gonna use that.
Perfect.
I looked over just in time to see that.
The instant replay, the commentary privilege. Yeah, so we can get a feel. Not a huge gap, but you know, these are some of the best Wind Waker players who bang out high rolls like you've never seen. So, you know, we'll have to see.
Tanjo did promise a close race, though, so we'll see how that pans out.
You know, fair enough. You're right, he did.
Windfall and Outs are 2 different time zones. I believe it.
That's why it costs so much more to mail
it.
Extra 15 rubies, what a scam.
The cost of your mail has nothing to do with the distance. It's all based on how many time zones it's crossing.
Yeah, because it just makes it more confusing. Oh, Tanjo caught mashing in 4K. Accidentally throwing the sword as soon as he picked it up.
We did say he wants to make it a close race.
Might need a little bit more than that, but...
Yeah.
Also, that's boomerang for Keese. That could be the difference.
Oh gosh.
Probably not. I feel like ideally you don't deal with too many Keese during this fight. The Puppet Ganon fight.
Keyword there was ideally, because I definitely deal with Keese.
Oh, same. Yeah, so you have to climb the grand staircase, taking care of all these enemies on your way. This is kind of what I was saying. This is the big, like, hey, you just got light arrows. I mean, normally, we've had them for a little bit longer, but normally you would have just gotten them. So it's like, wow, look how OP and awesome they are.
Meanwhile, just
and
like,
then
oh,
this next boss can survive 9 shots from them. So it's like, dang, that really is, what a crazy boss. He's so powerful.
Whoa.
And then Ganon afterwards can survive multiple shots as well.
What's it, like 4 or 5? Like, if you don't use her sword, I think it's like 4 or 5 shots from the
you can take quite a few. Also, those first 2 snipes, really, really good. That little differently colored orb at the back of the tail, that's the only spot that can be damaged on Puppet Ganon.
Fantastic. Also, I wasn't paying attention.
PG1. That is one of the
I was not paying attention to when Advo broke the barrier.
Definitely some time between now and when Tanjo did it. Can confirm. But yeah, that was. If you're Advo, and I don't know if Advo's got the restream open. They are allowed to have the restream open because there are no spoilers in the spoiler log because it's already happened. They already know where everything is. I don't know if either one of them is really the type to go for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not what you would want to see.
Though I'm sure
having a very clean. Oh, you go with the layer on the keys.
You have soup. It's fine.
Disrespect. Poor guy. Didn't see it coming. Just got completely blasted.
He was just there to say hello
and yet still none of them drop magic. That's so unlucky.
That RNG.
That freaking heart drop just taunting. Those keys have a chance of dropping you magic, which is, if you didn't have soup, that would be the only way, you know, because you need magic for these light arrow shots. So this kind of exists to replenish your magic and arrows if you need it. But freaking being big butts and just not offering anything. Nice bomb to the face, gonna stop the Moldorm phase here.
I think it's just the source of the power for the puppets, and it just so happens to be their weak spot.
I actually don't know. I mean, if Goma would just get rid of that big rock above its head, like, she'd be fine.
Yeah, really.
If you fought Goma anywhere else, unkillable. Makes you think. Not even light arrows.
Very nice.
A super clean PG1 for Advo. Yeah, so, both of them. This is what I was saying, both of them. Both of these runners just bang out these high rolls like it's nothing. That's hard to do.
Especially under pressure.
Yeah, especially in a race. And they're both fighting for that sub 50. Alright, now we're going to see a very common skip that's implemented now. We have the grappling hook, and normally that's what you use to climb between these layers. But with a very precisely positioned backflip, you actually just clip up and through the ground because of how that
Advo got the double crip.
Double crip, let's go.
That gaining some ground.
Yeah, little time gain on Tanjo.
I don't know if it'll be enough, though.
Hard to say. This is Ganon fight with only 3 hearts. We do have soup, though, so it's a bit different from maybe another spoiler type. Soup offers double damage on your sword attacks, which does work on Ganon. So that first phase down in 1 cycle there. A lot faster. Advo actually going for the quick spin strat. That was a super clean PG all around Advo. That was really, really good.
That was fantastic.
That was crazy good. Probably one of the better I've seen. It's actually what you want in a race. It's just unfortunate that the time deficit is this significant. Because yeah, there we go. Stab through your forehead.
With
GG for Tanjo.
The sub
yeah,
50.
You're right. He did it sub 50. I think that requires about like a, I think like a 7.5 minute high roll.
Something about that, yeah. Yeah, it was about that.
Fast. That, like, I have to impress upon you, that is a fast high roll. We had double magic and soup, so that does help, but that is fast. I think like the biggest thing was extra cycle on PG2 opposed to the double crip, and then like, you know, maybe a little bit on PG3 could have been faster, but like, damn, you know, super, super solid.
And GG's Tanjo.
Yeah, GG's Tanjo, nicely raced.
GG's. Thank you.
Looked really solid.
Yeah, there wasn't any major mistakes. I don't remember anything crazy happening.
Yeah, it seemed like most of it went according to plan. I really liked in DRC. I liked your cheeky little warp pot strat. Actually, that was cool.
Yeah, DRC was probably the most interesting part of the seed. I think that like there's a lot that you could try there.
Yeah, did you consider dipping Rat Room?
Yes.
Going for that shield? I figure probably, yeah. It was really hard to say. Actually, Advo went for that route instead. And it was neat to sort of see the that discrepancy there. And GG's Advo, there we go.
GG's.
Minute and a half.
Yeah.
And oh man, I feel so bad for Advo because he probably lost about that from some very unfortunate things.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, and I'm sure you know this, Tim, we were talking about this, like, this is the kind of seed where you roll and you go like, oh god, because all those little things are just so killer.
Yeah.
Like, you had a really clean run of it. Advo had a couple things, and like, we see how close it still ended up being. I mean, both of your high rolls were, you know, some of the best that I've seen.
Yeah, my PG one was pretty good.
GG's, Advo.
Advo's, GG's.
GG's.
Very, very solid high roll. That was a great finish.
Yeah, the high roll was kind of clean.
Yeah, that PG was so good. That was so good.
Might have been my best one ever.
It's one of the best I've ever seen, I'll tell you that, for sure.
Dang.
My PG1 was literally perfect.
Yeah,
three
shot.
shots, and then you got the double crypt. Like
the PG3 was really solid.
It was just wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad that I misread something again. I think that happened it's like the third time in this tourney.
5i versus 5-star.
Yeah.
Why do they have to be so similar?
Yeah, not gonna lie, when I was sailing towards 5i, I was like, alright, let me just quickly double check that it's actually the correct 5. Because, yeah, that's a super easy mistake to make, for sure.
I kind of, even when I was writing down the locations of items, I kind of got a little bamboozled for a moment, too, myself. And I wasn't even routing it, so...
And then the falling on the water and FW at the bottom was also...
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
When I throw a bomb at like the last 2 bulbs in front of the double modular room, I fell into the water with chest storage, and like the thing up the thing didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, it's like it's really finicky. And that's
then the instant with Forsaken Fortress, the wall just denying you that ledge.
Yeah.
Like just things that like we don't see often. Like just things like that. This would have been insanely close without those unfortunate mistakes.
It's still really close. It's really close.
Yeah. Like you could tell after you route the seat that this is gonna be all execution. Like there's there's no room for error. So like
that's true.
I routed in getting the boomerang. Because I thought during creep, Mila would pass like enough time to not be too much of a time loss, and that it would make Forbidden Woods a little easier and safer.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
Like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Like I'm confident in my ability like to shoot down Caladinos with arrows, so I don't feel like it saved too much time. And like bombs were just like, I don't know, getting the lookout platform with bombs felt nicer.
Right, yeah. I was thinking of even skipping bombs. Like, an early iteration.
You got boomerang and bombs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the boomerang after bombs.
Like, I never would have gotten both.
It was super greedy. It was just for Forbidden Woods, because I just didn't want Caladinos to go really bad. Like, I just wanted to play it safe.
Yeah, I mean, since you were there for creep anyways, it did seem like... I mean, like Artemis was saying, you really weren't waiting for too long. I will admit I was kind of surprised. We saw you talk to me, I'm like, oh, interesting. But then I'm like, oh, yeah. And then you ground for some rupees for your bait. I'm like, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But I'm saying, you guys should have grabbed that Tingle rupee in Forbidden Woods. Passed over that leaf pile, it could have happened. 50 rupees right there, baby.
True, that's true, yeah. Did not cross my mind, I'll be honest.
I mean... I'm just being a butt with that.
Yeah, I was testing DRC routes because I was saying, Advo, that I thought DRC was probably the most interesting part of the seed.
Oh, and yeah, DRC was loaded as
I
don't know.
Yeah, like so I wanted to skip bombs at first, but like I want to go to boarded up chest through the boulder, right? So I was trying stuff out, and I was like, oh, I can just make a lava platform using ice arrows, jump down to it, and then shoot an arrow from below to hit the bomb flower. I thought that was a pretty clever thing, but I decided it was too slow. Like, bombs are probably just faster to get.
Did you go forwards or backwards?
I did backwards up to pot room. I didn't go to rat room. I got my shield at cliff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, since I was there anyways for our bracelets.
I went like full backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly, even having watched it, I'm not sure which way was faster. Because Cliff Plat is a quick dip, but like backwards DRC with Leaf is pretty quick, and Avo got to just pick up the big key on the way, which is kind of nice.
Right, yeah.
So it was...
The fairy gave you trouble, Tanjo.
Yeah, as soon as I jumped, I was like, I'm definitely landing on top of this fairy.
I was halfway through saying, sometimes you have trouble with picking up this fairy, and then you leapt towards it. I'm like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, so I changed
and I'll be proven right, baby.
I changed my strategy with the second pot.
Yeah, that was...
Jump, then throw.
Safer.
It's one of the hardest things in the game is getting a fairy for one of those, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
True.
slash it open with the sword, and you're like, oh, I'm standing too close, and then you grab it.
But yeah, otherwise,
the thing I learned at the very end is that the FF night cycle doesn't push it. Like it only makes it night, but like I thought pushes it past midnight. I thought I didn't have to like to play
just
some
right
passing.
to the beginning of night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're using the night cycle for grandma mail?
Yeah, that was it. Like I tried that.
Yeah, like
I
that was the last thing I did, just so I could get arrow mail. So for the magic meter upgrade.
I didn't intend to get that.
Yeah, we were actually saying that. I'm like, well, I'm sure if it was just gonna skip it, but you know, you have to pay an extra song of passing. But at least your compensation prize is double magic.
Double magic, yeah.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
For that long mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always hard to know, like the little extra time worth or not.
So it was a great race. Advo, unfortunately, this is where you're off, but you don't, like Asloss says, you don't leave empty-handed for sure. Taking home a little over $200 in prizes there. And Tanjo, you face the winner of tonight's match, I believe, between Gymnast and Gavity. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Well, Gymnast would be a rematch from the group stage, so that'd be interesting. Gravity is also a very scary opponent. We seem to meet up a lot, and last Prologue race or tournament, he knocked me out. So
it'd be a rematch of a different caliber.
Yeah, like I knocked him out of the season 4 tournament, so we're kind of 1-1 in that sense.
All right, best of 3. Let's go.
Yeah, could be the best.
I mean, all the matches in the tournament are not going to be easy.
No, yeah.
Especially not at this level. Even at the start, but especially not at this level at this point.
Yeah, like a lot of my races have been super close. Like versus Elijah, a difference of 5 seconds. Versus Jim in the group stage, I think it was 9. And then here it's like under a minute, I think, right?
Minute and a half. Yeah, like basically exactly a minute and a half.
Yeah, and then against Jar, it was like 19 seconds. It's crazy. Far too close.
You're stressful. I'm happy to sit behind the commentary mic for this one.
Yeah, I don't watch the restream or anything. As tempted as I am to see, I think I would definitely like break down from nerves if I did.
Same. Yeah. Advo, did you have it up at all or no?
I looked into it and I think it actually like helped me in Hyrule.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like trying to catch up somehow. I mean, I did catch up like a little bit at least. I think I definitely had like like I would say definitely a 2-minute.
Yeah, it was about
a 2-minute lead.
It was about 2 minutes when you between when you had entered PG. But like I mean, you got the double crit, and you got the very quick shots on PG1, like so you just were able to make up about 30 seconds in the PG fights alone.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Pretty crazy because Candace was really good.
Yeah, I didn't get double crit. I was like, if I don't get double crit, I might just lose the race because I could feel that it was going to be super close.
I mean, without the mistake in FF and Forbidden Woods, that this would have been really close.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't went to 5-star, it could have been just
that. Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah.
If that did that alone, I might have lost me the race. Yeah. I think that lost me over a minute, definitely. Like it was an extra warp. The sail is long. It's really long.
It's true, yeah. 5 stars.
And then I had to take a few seconds to look up where it was.
Right. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, but very well done, both of you.
For sure.
Fantastic race, fantastic races so far.
Yeah, it's a fun tournament.
Looking forward to the rest of them.
Or just push it on the fact that I'm only playing since March.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
and pretend that I'm not upset.
Challenge Cup and top 6 here. It's crazy, the growth that you've had for sure.
Hard work paying off.
I don't have any other comments unless so. Do you guys have any other final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I don't think so.
Just GG's.
Yeah,
for the
GG's.
restream. Thanks for
Good
coming
luck
out
on
to comment.
your.
Thank you
I
very
want to
much.
say good luck on your next race.
Thank you.
I promise that the next seed I roll won't be this baby.
Yeah, Artismus, disappointment. Come on.
Yeah.
I think I wasted
You've grown
on the.
soft.
I think I wasted on the L sanity the other day.
That's fair. Yeah.
That was a rough one.
Yeah. And to be fair, the baby seeds are also tough.
It's in Swolo for sure, yeah, with all the routing options.
Yeah,
Sure, it is a different kind of difficulty.
I just remember the one, what was it? The one qualifier, like the fifth or sixth one or something.
Maybe the three that I had, the three that I rolled that had high roll seeds in them.
No, like one of the preset D ones, which was like where we were like 4 of us or something, or like 3 of us finished within like 30 seconds. Like second to fourth were like 30-second difference.
Yeah. It's preset D.
Yeah. True.
Alright. So that's it for this matchup. We do have the Gymnast versus Gabby match tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so a little under 3.5 hours from now. Also here on SpeedGaming Main. And then there will be a final match or stuff after that. Like, stay tuned. I don't know if is there a schedule coming out? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not
Let's
sure if
find out.
they're scheduled or not, yeah.
There we go. Fantastic. It works.
Perfect.
Solve the puzzle.
So until then, take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.